the government officials led by the Permanent Secretary, Minister of Education and Sports, the President of Uganda Olympic Committee, our gallant dear athletes from different sports. Protocol observed, ladies and gentlemen, can I ask all of us to first thank God why we are here. Your Excellency, may I, on behalf of the Uganda sportsmen and women, thank you, Mr. President, for this rare privilege to assemble here at State House Entebbe for the sole purpose of recognizing and celebrating our sportsmen and women who have done this country proud. Can I ask us to clap for ourselves? No wonder Nelson Mandela once said, and I quote, "Sports has the power to change the world. It has the power to inspire. It has the power to unite." Your Excellency, I would like to use this opportunity at the same time to thank you for appointing me as a Minister of State for Education and Sports in the Ministry of Education and Sports. A docket, Your Excellency, I'm holding firmly with huge support from Mama, the Minister of Education and Sport. Thank you so much, Your Excellency, for giving me the privilege to work with her. Mama has been extremely supportive to me and the entire sports subsector, and is the reason we are gathered here to celebrate the success stories of our sportsmen and women. Your Excellency, in a special way, I would like to thank my predecessor, my brother, Honorable Hamson Obua, who was the Minister of State for Sports, and Mama Janet Museveni for the work well done. And I want us to clap for them, ladies and gentlemen. Your Excellency, your contribution to the growth of sports subsector cannot be underestimated. You have always supported the sportsmen and women each time they compete, no matter the outcome. This presidential reception has enabled sports to scale to the greater heights despite a number of challenges. Your Excellency, I therefore congratulate you, Mr. President, and your administration for supporting the success, because it's indeed your success. You have been a great source of encouragement and support to the youth in sports and other areas. Your Excellency, this investment in youth and sports movement will continue to yield fruit, since you stated during the visit of the CAF President at State House Nakasero on 14th July that you are yet to start massive investments in sports. Your Excellency, this is the much awaited, and it's our desire that you start with the sports infrastructure development in the stadiums in different regions of the country. I want to request, Mr. President, the biggest investment we require as of now, before these gallant sportsmen and women, is the infrastructure investment. The talent is there, and it can be adduced even without much investment. We are now producing the world record holders who are here. Let's thank God and clap for them present here. At this point, Your Excellency, I cannot forget to thank you in a special way for funding for the renovation and upgrade of Mandela National Stadium. I must pledge that the Minister of Education and Sports, under the leadership of Mama, shall deliver a state-of-the-art product at Nambole, with the contractor being the engineering brigade. Let's clap for the President for this. Mama and Your Excellency, I have taken it head on, and the bottlenecks are being addressed. We are agreed that within the next 8 months, we shall have the first phase of the renovation of Nambole ready. And I want to thank you, Your Excellency, for ensuring that the first money for the renovation is all available. Let's clap for the President. Your Excellency, the year 2022 has become an outstanding year in the history of Uganda sport. It's a year where many sporting federations surpassed their previous performance. It has also become a year where many sports records were broken. However, the most remarkable ones are the ones Dr. Gwel did enumerate here. and I don't want to repeat them. Your Excellency and Mama, this performance did not come from anywhere. It is from your much appreciated support as lovers of sports and deliberate efforts by the National Council of Sports and the Ministry of Education and Sports, the Uganda Olympic Committee, Federation Soccer Associations within their mandates and resources in supporting the athletes. Your Excellency, we commend the efforts of the athletics support personnel who work tirelessly to ensure success for the sportsmen and women. Your Excellency, I've picked this from the coaches. While we appreciate every time the gallant sons who win gold medals, they have shared with me, Your Excellency, they also need recognition from you as the coaches. And as our father, Your Excellency, I kindly request, as your Minister of Sports, that we begin to consider supporting the coaches of these great athletes and women of Uganda. Your Excellency, through the initiatives of being implemented in the Ministry of Education and Sports, with the full support of you, Mr. President, we are witnessing a new path in Uganda's sports and athletes' performance, and the future is bright, especially with the competitions, with the completion of the High Altitude Training Center at Teriet. Like my brother Cheptegei did said, Mama, thank you so much for visiting Teriet High Altitude Training Center. They have promised, the contractor has told me by December, Mama, you'll be inviting Muzei to officially hand over the facility for use. And as the Minister of Sports, I have already started receiving over 6 countries have written to me wanting to come to Uganda to begin using this facility. That will be able to make us money as a ministry, as a country. Your Excellency, thank you for the visionary leadership in foreseeing this. Your Excellency, sports has become a very competitive activity across the world with a massive investment by countries endowed with resources. We therefore appeal for increased funding if we are to further improve and exploit our full potential. Our immediate appeal, Your Excellency, is to request the funding through the Ministry and National Council of Sports for the upcoming games such as Paris 2024 Olympics and Paralympics, as well as all African Games in Ghana in 2023, where we need to start preparation as Team Uganda in good time. Today, however, it's these athletes we must shower with praise and recognition. Recognition and appreciation for their sacrifice, talent, consistency, commitment, discipline, focus, and above all, patriotism. They have brought glory to Uganda. I confirm this, Mama. You did delegate me to represent you in South Africa for the World Cup Rugby 7. Your Excellency, Uganda, world over today, is known. Mama, thank you so much for supporting the ministry for the work well done. I want to end by making the following observations in line with 1 or 2 issues which have been raised here. Mama and Your Excellency, I had a candid discussion with the State House Controller this morning in line with the pledges which His Excellency had made to the athletes. I want to confirm to the athletes, the State House Controller has committed to me as your minister that these pledges are going to address. There is no need for you to continue serving Mzee. I am here as his appointee. I'll work with him to ensure all these pledges are addressed. Number 2, and that includes the car for my sister Alima Nakai, among, and many others, which my brother Cheptegei just mentioned here. Your Excellency, it's my singular honor to present our sports ambassadors, our champions, and indeed, Team Uganda, sportsmen and women who have made our country proud. Can we clap for our country, for God and my country? I thank you so much. Let me take this opportunity to invite my brother, the government chief whip, to come and address you, who will then invite Mama, the Minister of Education and Sports, to address you. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming. Let's clap to the Almighty God for bringing us here. I thank you.
God is good and all the time. Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Uganda and the Father of the region, General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, Mama, the First Lady and the Minister of Education and Sports, my dear brother and friend, the Honorable Peter Ogwang, the Minister of State for Education and Sports, in charge of sports, the Honorable Members of Parliament here present, the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Education and Sports, all the sports leaders, administrators, and athletes here gathered in your respective capacities, ladies and gentlemen. Your Excellency, permit me first and foremost to say thank you to you, because when you appointed me Government Chief Whip, I was even out of the country with Team Uganda representing you and Mama. I want to thank you for elevating me to the position of Government Chief Whip, where I have made history in this season and this time as the youngest cabinet minister under your stewardship. I thank you, Your Excellency. I am humbled. Your Excellency, today I am here as the leader of delegation who received the national flag of the Republic of Uganda from you and Mama at Kololo to be your delegate and the delegate of Mama in leading Team Uganda to the respective championships. I wish, therefore, Your Excellency, to report briefly as follows. One, as your delegate and that of Mama, and in law, there is a basic principle that a delegate does not delegate. I received the flag of Uganda. The flag is ready, sir, to be handed back to you because the delegation came from you and Mama. Secondly, I wish to report, Your Excellency and Mama, that for the first time in our participation, Team Uganda went. Team Uganda returned intact. There was no rumor of any attempt by any Ugandan athlete, by any Ugandan administrator to disappear. And I believe by the grace of God, this must set the precedent that as a team, we travel and we return back intact. I want to thank the administrators and the athletes. Thirdly, Your Excellency, Team Uganda was multi-layered, like the NRM. Team Uganda was all-inclusive. We had the para-athletes who are here. In addition to presenting the youngest athletes, Team Uganda, in its characteristic of being multi-layered, also had elders like you, Your Excellency. I want to, in a very special way, recognize them because these are sports leaders who are 70 years plus. It falls within the definition of being multi-layered, the young, the middle-aged, and the elders. I recognize in a very special way Haji Salim Musoke, who is the president of weightlifting. He's an elder who was part of the team. I also recognize Mr. Muwonge Sam, the president of cycling, another elder who was part of the team. Your Excellency and Mama, let me state it very clearly that there is no single achievement registered by any Ugandan sports team without the strategic guidance, without the strategic direction, without the strategic leadership of you, Muzee and Mama. We want to thank you. We want to thank you from the bottom of our hearts because you have always led the way in showing us the direction. All the triumphant victories we are celebrating today in sports. All the memorable results we are celebrating today in sports. The stability we are celebrating today in sports. The discipline we are celebrating today in sports. The non-disappearance of athletes and the officials we are celebrating today in sports is all anchored and entrenched on your wise counsel, Mzee, and the wise counsel of Mama. We remain grateful to you and continue to guide us. Your Excellency, this is a very special function because in 1972, the Republic of Uganda won its first Olympic gold medal through the late John Akibwa, who hails from Abako sub-county in Leptong district, and specifically from Ajuri County. The family is here, the administrators of the estate of the late. Your Excellency, I want to salute you in a very, very special way, because when I joined the Ministry of Education and Sports, I found a written directive from you, dated 24th May 2010, where you directed that the NRM government acquires the house that was donated to the late John Akibwa in 1972. Your Excellency, Mama, Father, directed and guided that we must fast-track the process. I want to thank you for your directive, Mzee, because your directive became the anchor for the chief executor to move to all offices in government. And today we are putting an end to the throwing out of the family from the donated facility. I want to thank you, Your Excellency, for directing, and this is achieved during your lifetime and during your leadership time as the President of the Republic of Uganda. Finally, Your Excellency, this is from the humble people of Ajuri County. First and foremost, they celebrate with you the elevation of their leader. And on that note, Your Excellency and Mama, the people of Ajuri County in Leptong district are organizing a Thanksgiving to give thanks to God, to give thanks to you, Your Excellency, and to give thanks to Mama for nurturing and mentoring their leader. To give thanks to you, Your Excellency, for appointing their leader, the government chief whip, but more importantly, for identifying their son in 2004 when he was a youth leader. And Your Excellency, a written invitation has already been extended to you, and this function is scheduled for the 26th of November 2022. But I want to state that we are not fixed. We are flexible to your program. Any adjustment is most welcome. And they are inviting you and Mama to come to Ajuri, the home of their humble son, whom you picked in 2004. From 2004, you appointed him a parliamentary commissioner. From 2004, you made him the chairperson of Science and Technology Committee in Parliament. From 2004, you made him the secretary for publicity of the NRM Parliamentary Caucus. From 2004, you appointed him a Minister of State for Education and Sports, responsible for sports. From 2004 to date, he is serving in the government led by you, the mighty National Resistance Movement government, as the government chief whip. I humbly, Your Excellency, convey their invitation to you at the most convenient time. If it is confirmed, you come and celebrate with the people of Ajuri County. To the sports fraternal family, I am grateful to have served with you for the last 2 years and 7 months. The opportunities we shared together, the challenges we shared together, but we are here to celebrate, more importantly, by the grace of God, our victories. I can commit to you that I will join His Excellency the President, I will join Mama the First Lady and the Minister of Education and Sports, I will join my dear brother, Honorable Peter Ogwang, in Cabinet, in the Central Executive Committee of the NRM, in the NRM Parliamentary Caucus, to continue being an advocate of the sports subsector of the Republic of Uganda. Your Excellency and Mama, with these few words, permit me to request the audience to join me in receiving our mother, Mama, the First Lady and the Minister of Education and Sports. You are hereby kindly invited to address your sons and daughters, and thereafter invite His Excellency the President to address the Bazukulu. Thank you, Mama.
Thank you. Thank you, Honorable Bua. Thank you so much. Your Excellency the President of the Republic of Uganda, the Government Chief Whip, Honorable Bua, and Leader of Delegation to the Commonwealth Games, the Minister of State for Sports, Honorable Gwang, the PS for the Ministry of Education and Sports and your team, the Chairperson of the National Council of Sports, heads of various sports federations, champions, the sportsmen and sportswomen of Uganda, ladies and gentlemen. I have to repeat what Honorable Bua just said, that God is good. And all the time, He truly is good. I want to also thank the Commissioner who led us in our opening prayer. It was a good prayer, and he said, He is God. Thank you, Mr. President, for making this day possible. And allow me, on behalf of the Ministry of Education and Sports and the people of Uganda, to say a resounding congratulations to Team Uganda for raising our flag high as they represented our homeland at different sports events in this year in the Global Village. We were very proud of you. We are proud of you. We celebrate you today for the excellent team effort and for making Uganda proud. Mr. President, allow me to highlight some of the events the sportsmen and women before you participated in. And I don't know whether I have to go through it, because I think many of you have done that. Perhaps just a few. One, the World Athletics Championship in Oregon, USA, the Rugby 7 World Cup, Santiago, Chile, the World Junior Champions in Lima, Peru, the 44th Commonwealth Games, Birmingham in England, UK, the 5th Islamic Solidarity Sports Federation Games in Turkey, and so on and so forth. About 12, at least, sports that they participated in and really did an amazing job at each one of them. We appreciate the financial support received from government that enabled these teams to participate at both the regional and international levels amongst those sponsored by government were 188 sportsmen and women from 17 sports disciplines. Overall, the teams won 20 medals, 6 gold, 6 silver, and 8 bronze. Additionally, the cricket team won the African Cricket Association T20 Cup, while the rugby team won the African Men's Sevens Cup. Uganda also won a silver medal at the All Africa Senior Badminton Championship, and on and on. Mr. President, whereas sportsmen and women did not win medals, their performance nonetheless was exceptional and enabled Uganda to be highly ranked at the different events, raising our profile, especially in the African region. And at this point, I want to thank you, Mr. President, for the quality of the ministers of state for sports that you have given me for our country. These two, both Honorable Bua and now Honorable Gwang, they hold the flag of government very high, and I'm so proud of both of them, and they make my work so easy. As you heard Honorable Gwang take on all the, I am so proud of you young men, and you truly have made my work much easier, knowing that I can leave the sports subsector with you, and it's in very good hands. Thank you, and the government of NRM is proud of both of you. Now, regarding athletics, Uganda's sportsmen and women also represented us in individual events such as the Diamond Leagues, in invitational tournaments with excellent performance. These include performances by the Olympic gold medalist, 3-time world champion in athletics and world record holder in 5,000 meter and 10,000 meter, Joshua Cheptegei, and I want you to clap for him yet again. The Olympic champion in 3,000 meter steeplechase, Peruth Chemtai. I don't know whether Chemtai is here. Yes, and please give her a rousing clap. The Olympic medalist, Commonwealth Games double champion and world record holder in the half marathon event, Jacob Kiplimo. Yes. The 2019 world champion in 800 meter, Halima Nakai. Is Nakai here? Yes, please give her a clap, a big clap also. While in netball, two of our players, Peace Proskovia and Nuba Mary, received the most valuable player titles in the tournaments they played this year. Your Excellency, the year 2022 has truly been an outstanding year of sports achievements for Uganda. This would not have been possible if these team members had not intentionally exerted themselves through hard work and their personal sacrifice, which enabled them to excel. Indeed, their efforts resonate with the counsel of the Apostle Paul in 2 Timothy chapter 2, verses 5 to 6, which says in quotes, "No one serving as a soldier gets entangled in civilian affairs, but rather tries to please his commanding officer. Similarly, anyone who competes as an athlete does not receive the victor's crown except by competing according to the rules." Unquote. Therefore, to these young people today, we say thank you for your service to Uganda and for the discipline you demonstrated by abiding by the rules every step of the way. We also are proud of you, as Honorable Bua said again, for demonstrating the integrity and the pride in your homeland by returning home after the games. That is your duty. You have to show all those people wherever you go that you are always proud to go back home. And I pray that we will never, ever again hear any one of you say they want an asylum wherever they go. Please show the pride in who you are, being Ugandan, and come right back with everybody on the team. But this time, I must thank you on behalf of the Minister of Education and Sports, on behalf of government, and on behalf of our homeland, Uganda. In addition to the team here, we also had a team of 990 young sportsmen and women from 43 schools who participated in the Federation of East Africa Secondary Schools Association Games, when 4 countries participated and Uganda emerged overall champions with a total of 41 medals, 18 gold, 10 silver, and 13 bronze. Mr. President, it is my hope that an appropriate time will be considered so that we can host those ones too, right here at the National State House. Again, we are grateful to the NRM government for the financial support that enabled all these teams to prepare and participate in these events. We also appreciate the government's efforts and budgetary allocations towards developing sports in Uganda, generally speaking. Mr. President, government is making substantial investment in sports development. Indeed, I visited Teriet this week, and I had an opportunity to meet some of the sportsmen and women present here today. We are hopeful that when the construction of the high-altitude center in Teriet and the renovation of Nambole National Stadium are complete, we will have standard facilities not only for training, but also for hosting international sports events. I do appreciate the sports fraternity, the National Council of Sports, the Uganda Olympic Committee, led by Donald Rukare, the Sports Federation and associations, government officials, and the staff of the Ministry of Education and Sports that played a key role in the supporting the teams during their training and subsequent stay in the various countries that hosted them. Finally, we thank our key stakeholders, the parents, the guardians, and well-wishers of these young sportsmen and women whose love, encouragement, and support nurtured the talent in these young people. I want to congratulate you once again, and may God bless all of you, and may God bless Uganda. It is now my honor and pleasure to invite the President to address you. Thank you, and God bless you.
The Honorable Minister of Education, the Government Chief Whip, other ministers, administrators, and sports persons. With sports, or with any other thing, I always want to put it in context. And I was thinking in Rinyankore of the applicable words for sports. Number one is okshemeza, to entertain. I've told you this before. To entertain people. Number two, singana, to compete and build a spirit of competition and excelling. Because within the competition there is the need for excelling. Number three, oktukamani, to build stamina. Number four, omjinya, determination. Determination, to be determined, because with all these things you do, sometimes you face what Jesus faced. You remember Jesus, when they were going to hang him, he said, the spirit is willing, but the body is weak. You remember? Because I know as a fighter, you always get that struggle between the willingness of the spirit and the body telling you that, nimechoka. And then you must compare the body to listen to the spirit. So this is the mushinya we are talking about, the determination. Okuranganwa. Kuranganwa is to be well known in the world. Kuranganwa. For you as a person, but also for the country. Somebody was giving us statistics that those who watched the games in one place were 50 million. Then in another place there were 240 million. So that is Okurangano now. That is broadcasting the reputation of Uganda. Then Kukombera, to combine efforts, because in many cases you need to work as a team. So you can see that sports, as I keep telling you, is a good training area for all these qualities in young, especially for young people, because you still have your life ahead, but you get exposed through this activity of sports to be able to build your character. So I thank you, the sports people, for taking advantage of the opportunities which have come in Uganda in the last 36 years because of peace, to take advantage of that and come out and use your talent. I congratulate you. I congratulate those who won medals. Congratulations. But I also congratulate those who participated, even if they didn't win medals. Now, as a strategy for managing all these issues, from early on, my guidance was, number one, whoever wins a medal at the continental level, African level, and in the Commonwealth, and in the Olympics, we shall do a number of things. Number one, placement. Put him somewhere in the government, in the state structure. That was the strategy I used, knowing that we didn't have enough resources. But I said, he must be placed somewhere. And the places where I guided, where he could be placed, were the army, the police, the prisons. I can even add wildlife. If you are running around Queen Elizabeth with antelopes, it's not a bad idea. It is in your line of duty. So that when they are placed there, a number of things happen. First of all, they earn a living. They earn a living for their family. Then they keep training, because it gives them time to keep training. And then they also do a service to the country when they are not training. Like Kiprotich, when he's not training, he's able to lock up some few people who are disturbing the town. So you can see it's a good strategy. Then secondly, etashro. Etashro is, in our local language, apoyo, asante kwa Kiswahili. And I fixed it. I don't know why it was not followed. I think I said the one of gold, something, was it a beach? A beach. The one who has one gold. At those levels, don't go and win in Igang and you say, I want. So I won in Igang, Museveni must pay me. No, I will not manage. The levels, it is the continental, the Commonwealth, and the Olympics. And I think it is also at the formal sessions, not these other ad hoc. These ad hoc those ad hoc ones. I think we need to clarify that. The minister should write a paper for cabinet to clarify that. To clarify that, because if it is an ad hoc gathering, how do we handle that? Yes, you have one, but what do we do? But for me, what I had in mind were the other formal ones. Olympics, formal. Commonwealth, formal. African level, I don't know which games are African level, which are formal. All Africa games. Good. So that's what I was talking about. For the placement and the apoyo, the casino, which was for gold, 5 million, a beach, silver, a deck, bronze, a chair. Mom is worried because she doesn't know Achori. Gold, 5 million, silver, 3 million, bronze, 1 million. Per month, not just off and on. So I'm really, if there is anybody, since I put out that policy, if they didn't give you your money, and you are in those categories, you are now a rich woman or rich man, because you will get all your arrears. So this was in order to handle, to see how to motivate, but also support our sports people. But I still insist that with sports, what we are doing now is just endozo. Endozo for our Ugandans who drink alcohol, like the ones of Ntungamo. When you find women with their traditional beer, you first say, let me first taste, see whether the beer is good. Then he gives you, this is endozo now. So somebody can close here, see, this is not good. Close there, another. After she has gone around, she says, all of it is not good. So what we are doing now for the sports really is just endozo, just jaribu, trying to taste. The real policy has not come, and it was not deliberate, but inevitable, because you see the sports excellence is really a culmination of broad-based development and transformation. Like, if there is no peace in the country, how will sports thrive? You can see like Akibwa won. I remember when he won, I think it was like in August, or was it September 1972? And on the 17th of September, I was attacking Mbarara. So the same, just like 1 month after. So everybody had to forget about sports and go to insecurity. So even these Kapchora, Sabine people, the young people are doing well. It is because there is some peace in that area now. They are beginning to come up. Because even in 1969, or was it 68, there was somebody called Koskei. Koskei, he won something there. There was somebody called Koskei in the Olympics. I think it was the Olympics of 1968. He won silver. Koskei was from that area. But afterwards, then insecurity, then everybody forgot about sports. So number one is this security, which is broad-based. And then, and as Mama is saying now, you are beginning to have 900 children who go to East Africa someplace, and they excel. We have not really put much in those children, but somehow, because of the peace, they are coming up by themselves. Now, we have recently launched the PDM, Parish Development Model, where we are saying that every household must involve itself in money making and in food security. And when they are doing that, they must use a kibaro, chura, aymar. What did we say in Sabine? The hesabu tunasemaji kwa Sabine. Somebody tell me.
Kiiti. You count. Kiiti.
Kiiti. Yes,
Yeah,
you had told me.
Yeah.
It's me who is forgetting. They had told me when I was there. So we want all the homes to really get out of moneylessness. We don't want people to go on without having money and chakula ya kutosha. Now, you will see how that will impact sport. Because now you people, you are coming up as sports people. That's what Emusoga would say. Jakura Jene, the trees grew by themselves. The trees grew by themselves. They come up. You didn't plant the trees, but they came by themselves. But there are so many of your people. One of the problems we are having in the country is stunted growth. If you check, you as sports people, find out the percentage of children who don't grow to full potential, what they call stunted growth. The Runyankore, which always has a lot of words, is called Okuningama. Why? Because of nutrition. Poor nutrition in a pregnancy for the mother, and when you are growing up, causes that. But that is from partly poverty, but also lack of ignorance. So now that we are having all this good talent, you get Cheptegei defeating the whole world. All the human beings gather and Cheptegei defeats them. But how did Cheptegei come up? He came up somehow by the efforts of his parents. Now, how many other children who cannot do that because they did not get enough nutrition? How many? You check the figures of Ministry of Health, they will tell you it's a big percentage. So that's why PDM, Parish Development Model, becomes really part of sports. Because if all these children now eat well, and they develop fully when they are young, if you have got the Cheptegeis now, when you still have all these problems, what will happen if all those problems are solved by all households getting involved in money making and good nutrition? So that's when really we shall start from the broad base. Now you will get excellence, more widespread excellence. So remember, when you go back, also add on to support this homestead transformation of making sure that all Ugandans eat well, they have income, the children are able to be warm at night, covered with good blankets, so that they develop their full physical potential. So at that stage, that's when we shall now have a real countrywide sports plan. Because even now what we are doing is just for a small group of people who come up mainly by themselves, taking advantage of the peace. So in the limited interventions, this is what we are talking about. Mandela, yes, we are going to repair Mandela. 38, we have built it. We have even talked of Akibwa Stadium in Lira. We have not fully solved it, but we have been talking about it. We have talked about the one in Fort Portal, Buhinga Stadium. There are other stadiums which I know, but I don't talk about, like Kacheka in Mbarara. I know it, but because I don't have the money, I don't talk about it. Kavare, Peche in Uguru. I know this, but because me, I don't want to touch too many things, because I have so many other things to start with. So what we are doing therefore now is a bit limited, but as you can see, it is already bringing very good results. So if we broaden the transformation, what will happen? Now, the apoyo and placement for the coaches, that's really common sense. Because you cannot reward the product and you forget the planter. That's not good. So you give me these coaches, line by line, the ones you know are crucial, and then we shall see how to sort them out also in a systematic way. The same idea of placement and akasimo and apoyo. Now, the dates of Cheptegei, Ogwang has told you, don't worry about the dates. Now, Akibua, I'm going to give them the land title, but those children are quarreling among themselves. There's somebody called who? Let me see his name. He's called Akibua Tony. Stand up and people see you. Akibua Tony. That's the one. He wants to cheat all the others. The others stand up. So you come forward. What should I do? Come to the microphone here, you, all of you. Because Akibua Tony is saying, I am the heir. Yes, you are the heir, but you are the heir of Akibua. Tony, you tell us. Are you a Kwo? You know Kwo? Are you a Kwo?
No, Your Excellency.
You translate for these people what we mean in our language by Kwo.
Kwo is a thief.
So now you tell us, you tell this whole clan which is here.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency.
That you are not a Kwo.
Your Excellency, Pabeda Kwo.
Apo Yorubanga.
God is great all the time. With me, Your Excellency, if you would allow me, I would like to introduce my sister, Farida Akibua.
Speak in the microphone properly. I want to hear your
This
words.
is Farida Akibua, my sister. I've got, in line after Farida is Alice Akibua. Then I have here with us Maureen Akibua.
Introduce all of them.
Yes, I am, Your Excellency. This is Maureen Akibua. This is Agatha Akau Akibua, the last born of the late John Charles Akibua.
And the one
we are all 13.
No, the other one you have not introduced her. This one of the
Sorry,
Chiko.
this is my wife,
Okay.
Salome Ajokbua.
So what is this war which is going on? Lueng.
Your Excellency, the Lueng that you're talking about is something that is really something that has culminated over the years after the death and passing of our father. But the thing is, we've sorted it out. How we've sorted it out is, we're all in agreement that hard times got us. When we lost our father, promises were made. Some of those promises were not kept. I was aged 27 when my father had passed on. And 2 years previously, my mother had passed on as well. So we were left orphans in that house. And as time goes on, people grow. So some of the ladies that you're seeing here, my sisters, are all adults.
Adults.
Yes, above 18. There are those who got married, who are so delighted with that. One of them is Tonia Akora Akibwa, who is married to Honorable Maxwell Akora. We have got Denise Harris Akibwa, who unfortunately is not with us. She's in the UK. We have got Janet Akibwa, Mrs. Janet Goli Akibwa, unfortunately could not make it with us. She's in Canada. We have got Dr. Bua John, my brother, who unfortunately couldn't make it. He's ill. And then we've got Molly Coley, who is in Lira. She's a nurse. She couldn't make it. So, Kope Kwo, Your Excellency. We are just hearing it. I'm actually hearing it from you. Pien Kwo, that means I would be doing a disservice in the names of John Akibwa. And if that was Kwo that was going to happen, then I expect that Honorable Hamson Oboa Dennis wouldn't have come along and helped this family.
So what is the situation for all of you? Give me a summary, don't give me a long speech.
Basically, we managed to get the papers after your guidance. And
Because this is a property which should belong to all of you.
yes, it does, Your Excellency.
So, but if you say no, I'm the heir, and the women are married, they shouldn't come here, they should go with their husband.
No, Your Excellency, it's not like that, Your Excellency. I represent there are 2 feet that I have. I have the feet of John Charles Akibwa, my father. Then I've got the feet as Bua Tony Aki. As the 13 of us, home has been having issues, starting with the Indian trying to throw us out of the house.
Forget about those, we
Yes.
are now here. Don't, because I have solved it, it is now going to you, but to whom now? To all of you or to only one of you?
The whole house belongs to all of us,
Paul,
Your Excellency.
so you have heard him now. I want my lawyer. If my lawyer is here, she's going, Omona, tie kwene. Oh, Omona is here, go there and they see you. You should tell my lawyer to sit down with these children and she writes for them a family trust. The lawyers know. Do we have a lawyer here? Oh, Rukari is also a lawyer among other things. You tell us, how do we have a family company or trust? You tell us. Okay, you can sit down, Tony and the group.
Thank you very much, Your
The
Excellency.
girls, do you have anything to say? One of you. Let me hear one of the girls.
Thank you, Your Excellency.
Rukari will come later after she has spoken.
And First Lady, thank you so much for the opportunity. I really want to say thank you for this opportunity. It's been a long time coming, and I thank you so much for the directive. I really would like to thank Honorable Hamson Abua. Has been really very instrumental. And I'd like to say we have agreed, and we are going to sit down and in equal measure share everything. Thank you, Your Excellency.
Now, don't break up the house and share the bricks.
No.
Because there is a modern way of sharing.
Yes, Your Excellency.
We use shares, emigabo, I think Hamson Obo would tell us how they call Mugabo in Luo. You can tell us later, but so you go and sit down. Let's hear this.
Thank you, Excellency.
Free lawyer called Rukari. What are the ways of owning collectively a family assets? What are the options?
Your Excellency, thank you very much. First of all, there's no free lawyer. I'll send you the bill. But, Your Excellency, there are a number of ways within which this can be handled. One, on the title, all 13 could be indicated as joint owners collectively and severally, so they could put all of them on the title. That's one option. So that it's owned collectively by all 13 in terms of the actual title for the properties and estate. The second option, as you had indicated, is to create a trust where they're all appointed trustees and they'll be holding this property in trust, and it belongs to the collective and not an individual. Mm-hmm. So those are the options. But I think the easier one would be to put all of them on the title as joint owners of the properties. So in that way...
Now, if it is a trust, is it like a company, a family company, or what?
Yes, a trust would be a legal personality, so they can create a trust, which would be like a company, so you incorporate it. It's not a company, but it's a trust itself. Mm. And then the trust and the trustees would hold all that property in trust for the wider group.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
now, oh boy, come and help us with how do we translate the word shares? Now, how do shares come in here, Rukari? Shares, do you have shares in a trust or what?
Not so in a trust, you don't have shares. Shares would be in a company, to my knowledge. So if you created a company, then you could create and assign shares depending on the nature of the estate. But if it's a house,
the company and the trust, which is better?
I think in the instance we'd have to understand the file, but if it's a house, I think being collective owners on the title is the best option instead of a trust. That would be my thinking.
Okay, but we shall study, they will study, our lawyers will study them and advise them. Even you, Rukari, can be part of it.
Thank you. I'll send you the bill, sir.
Mm-hmm. The bill, you can see how greedy he is for money. Oh boy, how do we translate shares in our language?
Your Excellency, shares in Luo is poko.
Oh, yeah.
From the word sharing. Yes.
Poko marom.
Absolutely.
I had, you know, my Luo is always coming and going, but it's there. Okay, Apoyo. So therefore, with this, so what do I do with the title now? Do I wait until the children form the trust, sort of the legal, or do I give it to this Tony man whom since everybody is here?
Your Excellency, the title as it stands now is in the name of Tony Bua. But therein, it is indicated administrator of the estate of the late John Akibwa, and even the number of the case registered in the High Court is there. If that is your worry, sir, I would request that formally it would be handed over to them, then may be received later on by the legal officer, who will sit down with them and ensure that...
And adjust the legality.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Thank you.
So let me now, with these few words, it is my honor to give the title to the children of Akibwa on condition that as soon as possible there would be adjustment to clarify the collective nature of the property. So where are the titles?
Can I ask the family to stand up and please? You follow him?
Hamson Obua come as a witness, and Ogwang also come. So, with those very few words, I congratulate everybody again. Let's go to the front and start taking pictures after singing the anthems.
Can we stand up for the national anthem?
Was I not supposed to hand something? Hold on.
Hold on. Your Excellency, there are presents to be given to Victor Kiplagat,
Yes.
which function you will perform outside here.
Okay.
And I also want to inform you, Your Excellency and Mama, that the Ministry of Education and Sports and National Council of Sports, with the guidance of Mama, also contributed specifically to the medalists who won in the Commonwealth Games. Each of the medalists who won gold was given 50 million Uganda shillings. Silver was 30 million, and bronze was 20 million. So in this, as already guided, Your Excellency, the athletes have already been informed that others who will not be awarded today, they will be called to receive their various prizes by the State House Controller. Can we thank government for that, please? The national anthem. Thank you very much. Your Excellency, I've received a special communication from the State House Controller informing the athletes, the medalists, that their package has been arranged and the following will be given 5 million shillings. Now, Jacob Kiplimu, Oscar Chilimu, Joshua Cheptegei, Victor Kriplagat, Perus Chemotai, Teddy Nachimuli, Usna Kokundake, Kirabu Nambutebi, Abel Chebet, Janat Chemusto, and Priscas Chesna. The national cricket team will also receive 20 million Uganda shillings. The rugby sevens team will also receive 20 million shillings. The sequence teams will also receive 20 million shillings. And Mr. Victor Krepagat will receive a vehicle. The other medalists for the Commonwealth will get their vehicle later at a separate function. Thank you very much. Your Excellency, I've also been informed that the team here would want to take some photo moment with you as you hand over the vehicle, and the following key people will join you: Honorable Obua, the Chief Whip; Honorable Ogwang, the Minister of State for Sports; the Permanent Secretary; Dr. Donald Rokare; Honorable Ziwa Nantongo and Jalia, Honorable Moses Mwase, and Mr. Otuchet, President, during the handover of the vehicle. Meanwhile, we request the medalist, Mr. Kiplagat, to shortly join the team for this special award outside the arena here. The rest, as I've indicated, the captains and the respective medalists, please get in touch with the State House Controller just in the tent. You will be guided by Gloria next to me here. The photo moment, as I indicated, will be in 4 phases: the medalists, the Council, the Ministry, and Commonwealth Game Association, the Team Uganda, Commonwealth, and the Islamic Solidarity Games, an Oregon team, and lastly, the cricket team will have separate photo moment with the President. Please join on the other side of the tent. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all. He's a ministry official. He's a minister.